Alright, we got two keys. One looks a little better than the other. They both work. The car is wrapped. It is Arctic Silver underneath the wrap. I sold this car probably about 3 years ago now to a good local client of mine. I sold it to him when it was not wrapped. He ultimately had it for a while and just wanted to change. I did see the paint prior to it being wrapped, and the paint was good. I do know underneath the wrap, I know that the GT2 wing is not painted underneath there, but he told me that was kind of the only quote-unquote caveat with it. It's got BBS wheels on it. My client claimed he paid about 8,000 bucks for those wheels. It's got Michelin Sport Cup 2s at all four corners. Good tread on all of them. Date coded from 2022. So someone should be fine for at least a while on these tires. That one's date coded from 2021, the front there. Rear is 22, front's 21. Let's see if it's the same story on the other side. 21 on the front. And 22 on the rear. Looking down the sides, it's nice and straight. You can kind of see a little spot underneath the wrap here, where it looks like, you know, whatever, like, I don't know, I think my client said it was just in primer, so it looks like the primer must have peeled back a little bit when they were installing the wrap. There's a slight ping right here. You can kind of see it. We haven't tried to have it popped. That, and there's a little bit of peeling going on with the wrap on the front end. Kind of see down here where, I apologize, there's some bug splats here that we were just debating on having this like front bumper wrap replaced altogether, but you can kind of see it's peeling up a little bit here in this corner, and it's peeling up here in that corner. Other side, same story over here. It's peeling in the same corner there, peeling in the same corner right there. So we can either kind of decide to have it patched in, or I don't know. It's not the end of the world in terms of how much it costs to have it redone, but we just, you know, haven't called our guy to see. There's a little chip in the wrap up here. If you can kind of see it, but you can see the silver paint kind of peeking through underneath there. There's another spot here where my client said he rubbed up against something in his garage, and that messed up the wrap a little bit. This rear, or this front splitter has seen better days. I know another one can be, you know, bought. They're fairly commonly screwed up, but in my opinion, that's kind of beyond saving. You know, it looks fine from a distance, but when you get up on it, it's clearly past its prime. I don't see any dents or dings down the side. No dents or dings in the hood. He had the headlights replaced with kind of like a newer style headlight. I think they look pretty cool. Windshield is good. You know, just like a slight dusting of speckles on here, just from use, but no major chips or cracks or anything like that. Oh yeah, there's one more ping right there in the sunroof. I don't know if it's coming through. There it is. There's a slight ping there and a slight ping there on the roof. I haven't seen anything on the rear quarters. He also updated the rear bumper to a newer, like, previous owner prior to him did this, but they upgraded it to a 997.2 rear bumper, and then .2 style taillights, which I think looks pretty cool. And the carbon fiber piece was added on the side there. It runs awesome. Like I said, I've kind of known this car for the last few years. Otherwise, wrap's in pretty good condition other than that front area there. Rear bumper, I know it's kind of tight against the wall here, but rear bumper's pretty nice. It's got a whole list of receipts. I mean, these are all dating back to 2009. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff in here in terms of receipts. And my client did a pretty good job keeping all the stuff, and then it looks like owners prior to him did a good job keeping track of stuff as well. Inside, there's no weird smells or anything like that. My client's not a smoker. Nothing crazy going on in here. The factory seats here. It's got the crests on the headrests. It's got, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's got the lit door sills as well. Carbon fiber here. I'd have to pull the build sheet. I think it's factory. It's starting to get a little yellow, which seems to happen on these cars over time. So it just leads me to believe that it's old carbon fiber. It's got a newer style steering wheel in it. That's pretty nice. It's got an airbag light on in it. Don't really know why. It was on when I sold to my client 3 years ago, and I guess it didn't bother him enough for him to fix it. It's got a built-in radar detector down here where you can, it's an escort system. Where you can sometimes when you kick on the key, it makes like a weird noise through the stereo, but you can mute it when it starts going off, like right there in the center, and then it'll show up here what the signal is. It's got Android Auto. I believe it has Apple CarPlay as well. I haven't paired my phone through it to see how it works, but heated seats, sport chrono, again older. Got the carbon fiber here. Carbon fiber on the vents and everything. 96,510 is what's on it as of right now. Car's not been started today, so this is a cold start. No TPMS sensors either. It's a little cold-blooded. Once it gets a little bit of heat under it, it'll warm itself up. Or it'll smooth itself out, I should say. It sounds pretty mean. It's not like oppressively loud, but on cold start it is pretty loud. It's just because I'm not wearing a seatbelt at the moment, so I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it just quieted down quite a bit. And like I said, no TPMS sensors, so it's telling me that I have a flat tire when I don't. But once it starts getting warm, just on cold start it is pretty loud. Once it gets warm, it sounds pretty normal. Only slightly louder than a stock. Turbo. Once it gets a little bit of heat under it, calms down quite a bit. work. I don't think that this one had, I don't think that, well, I could be wrong, but I didn't recall the .1 cars having TPMS. But getting in and out, there's a couple little spots here where somebody might have slammed a seatbelt or something in the door jamb. Car's fast, so once it gets into boost, I mean, even when it's not in boost, it still feels like it's got some power, but once it gets in a boost, this thing pulls like an absolute freight train. Which is really cool. And that's our 2007 turbo.